sure if I need a microphone.
Yes.
Yes? All right. It's funny, I now teach at a very small college where the largest class is about 20 students. And they're like, why are you so loud? And one of the reasons is because I learned to teach in Scott Hall, which is like 400 plus students, under the guidance of Jenny. So I started grad school here in 2002, and my first funding opportunity was at the Livingston Student Center, which is actually so different from when I was here. I got here very early. I took a tour of where I used to live in Highland Park. I went over to Livingston campus, which is completely different. College Avenue, which is completely different. There was a yoga class going on this morning. Yeah, it was very interesting. I videotaped it, and so I might be on the news tonight because people were freaked out. But it was 2003 that I found out that at the time it was called the Masters of Communication and Information. And I was able to get a scholarship through the school, and while it was very, very little money, I also found out that I was going to be under the wings of Jenny Mandelbaum. So I got a year's practice of what it was going to be like to be a TA and what it might be like to one day teach. I was also the director of special events over at Livingston, and it was 2004. I wasn't very happy there, and this clearly wasn't the job that I wanted. I had just literally that week found out that it was going to cost 300% more budget than we had to get Dave Matthews Band here. Didn't know that at the time. Jenny Mandelbaum called me about 7 days later and said, close your office door because I have some good news for you. And she will probably remember this, but you have been given a 3-year TA-ship, which covered all funding, which my parents were happy about because loans were forthcoming. And that really, and when I found out about the celebration, I said I wouldn't miss this for the world. Very much like Stephen, I get very emotional at times like this, especially for people who make such an impact on my life. Heidi and Stephen, and I know that Claude is back there, and a few others. But whoever works with Jenny, we have our current careers to thank her for. She teaches us how to think, and I wrote down here that she never made us work for her. We worked with her, right? We worked with her. She taught us to learn to love academia, whether we're now at teaching colleges, and also how to balance service, not to take on too much, and how to infuse Jennyisms into her classroom. And I don't need to, again, belabor this. But I just want to say, Jenny, you made my career what it is. And I, too, am going to get teary-eyed here. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do other than when I got that first TA-ship, and my wife remembers this to this day, I wanted to be Jenny. And without the British accent and other things, I try my damnedest every day to say, what would Jenny do here? So Jenny, I want to thank you for the years of support. And another thing is, and I feel like I can say this openly because none of my dissertation committee is here, when I had issues, I would go to Jenny, and she would shut her door and said, let's talk. I still don't know a heck of a lot about conversation analysis. There was something that she teaches in her 101 class about a conversation between somebody who is, I believe, trying to pick up somebody, like, metaphorically. It was a conversation between two people called Donnie and Marcia. If anybody has ever heard of this, it's somebody who's up on the glen and their car is stalled. Some people are like, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we go over this in her upper level interpersonal class, and we go over this every semester in 101. I'm like, conversational analysts publish a lot, but can't they teach somebody how to jumpstart a car? He's still stalled 17 years later. But Jenny, you are my life's idol. You always will be, and I thank you.